Hi, my name is Carol from Crinkled Path Journals. I'm here today with a little junk journal with me, my first ever full junk journal with me episode, and I'm hoping to be able to do more of these. I'm starting today to work on a memory journal for myself, and I have a video where I talked about life mapping and processing old negative memories, and that I'll link that in the description below. But in going through the process of healing because of that, I am having more positive memories, and I want to do more memory keeping of the positives. So I've got together this collection of some vintage 70s fabrics. I'm a child of the 70s and 80s, and I'm hoping to be able to journal with you through my process over time with some short videos for you to jump in and maybe journal your own memories. And I brought with me today this old cookbook. This one belonged to my mother-in-law, but I remember my mom having them as well. And it's a whole set, and they're very much in these 70s colors. And so I've taken this cookbook. I've also printed some papers with a very 70s vibe and cut them down to fit for the cover and inside the cover. I got printable papers on Etsy from both Jerry at Paper Farms. I ordered the Disco Fever set, and this is one of the prints from that collection. And then I also printed from Mine Eyes Design the 70s wallpapers. I'm going to use those. And then for the cookbook, it has these very golden 70s pages, and what I did was I went through and I removed about 2/3 of the pages, and I haven't counted exactly how many I have left, but I did leave some that had some of these illustrated pages. That it's a vegetarian cookbook, and so it has some illustrations. Let me see if I can find another one. There was one that stood out to me. Oh, the egg chopper, because I remember being fascinated with the fact that you could turn it one way to slice the egg and then turn it the other way and it would chop it. You know, just as a kid, it's just one of those memories that sticks out to me. And so I wanted to leave that image. It's amazing what things will trigger memories. And like I said, the more work I've done with processing anything negative in my past has brought about a healing to where I am remembering more positives. And so I'm hoping to put some of those into these books. And we're going to assemble some of that, hopefully get through at least getting the cover done today. I'm going to put the fabrics aside. The other thing that I want to put in the front of the book are these, and I'm probably going to put some of the outfits throughout too. This is actually a set of paper dolls that somehow managed to survive in a box that didn't get tossed. A lot of my things got tossed. It brings back immediate memories, and the little outfits are so 70s. Like, I completely remember having a jacket similar to this at some point. And so I just kind of flipped through the outfits and picked two that I'm going to put on two of the paper dolls on the cover. I'm not a freckly child, but I did have blonde hair and I did have a very short cut. And then the stunning thing to me is this paper doll looks so much like my best friend when I met her. She was 2 when we met. I was 3. And I look at pictures of her daughter at 2 and 3 and her at 2 and 3. And this little paper doll just is a spitting image of her. So I love that I found something of my own nostalgic materials that I can use. And that it brings back such a beautiful memory of this best friend, and I'm still in contact with her after 50 years, and we're we can pick up right where we left off. She's that kind of friend. When we get to visit, it's always a joy. So I'm gonna definitely put these two I kind of went with similar colors for the cover, and then I think I'm going to use this one, which I cut ahead, to put down like so. So let's get started. I think I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for this, if it doesn't take half an hour for it to get down to the tip. And then I will probably use some art glitter glue throughout, and also just Aleene's tacky glue, depending on how big a piece I have. Sometimes the tacky glue will warp the paper, and I like crinkles and wrinkles and old things, but I don't like the look of the paper being wet for a very long time and then not drying and getting all what's the word? Kind of wavy. That look where it definitely looks like it got wet. Not a fan of that. So I'm gonna plan to use these glues that hopefully dry quicker or have less water content, so that they don't make the paper wavy. So I've been planning on doing more journaling. I've been doing a lot of custom journals, and that's been mostly taking up my time. I've also had my mom staying with me since COVID hit. She's been here almost a year, and as much as I have enjoyed the opportunity to have her close and here and feel more secure about how she's being taken care of, it has kind of delayed my plans with journaling. So I have a couple of different fabrics here that I've looked at, and I want something with the orange and the green. I think this one is a little too bright. That's one thing about these prints. I have to check and see if it's my computer, or I'm going to check with the owner of the Etsy shop, because they printed more muted than they looked on the, like, they looked more this bright vibrant orange on the screen, and maybe it's my monitor settings too. I think because this one has the green and the orange and the yellow in it, I'm gonna go with this one. And I just want to put something behind their little faces, maybe, so that it pops off the page a little more. I want to be able to see, the background paper still some, but not have it be as predominant. And I'm going to put this little paper doll just a little higher than this one, because she was littler than I was. But I think I still want them holding hands. Oh, so cute. I'm gonna glue these outfits down. I tried to think of a way that I might be able to change the outfits on the front, but then I thought, oh, it'll be damaged too easily if that's the case. And then I also think I want to put I have this giant jar of ribbons and things, and I'm going to just pull some out of here, some green and orange. There's this piece, there's this piece. Okay. And also, maybe, like, I have some sort of crocheted pieces down in there too. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to bump ya. scooch over just a little bit. Okay, there are some crocheted pieces, this one too, so let's see what we like. I want to use some for embellishment, but I think maybe I'm gonna try this white piece behind them too to give a little more contrast for their outfits. So scoot them out of the way. So kind of planning it out as we go. Maybe like that piece. Let's see what that looks like when we put them back. Yeah, I like that. Let's see. That might be a little too big. That's not too bad. It was a little flashy. Let's see. I don't know, that might be fun on the spine. Maybe I'll save that for trying that there. I have these two pieces, which I like the rule of threes. So the greens, there's a green in her shirt, green pants, and that kind of makes a triangle. Maybe I just want a little piece of it. Let's see, maybe this, maybe a little piece of that. I think I'm liking that. So do you get in a place where I'm very guilty of this, of thinking I have to have all my ducks in a row and my area completely cleaned up before I start a new project, and then it just never seems to happen because life happens. So I'm trying to go for it a little more. I'm trying to just get in here and start working because time's wasting, and I don't want to put off till tomorrow anymore the dwelling on the positives, dwelling on gratitude. So my journal with me's are probably going to be both memory keeping, and then I hope to start another journal for gratitude journaling as well. That's been something I've been exercising a lot over the past few years, really focusing on just being grateful for the little things, and I want to start journaling that in earnest and not just meditating on it. So, okay, I'm gonna get these glued down. I'm trying to think what the best way to do it so I get them in the right spot. Maybe I should put them back on and then just take the dolls off, and I can glue the fabric where I want it. So the only other journaling videos I've had so far are just very simple flip throughs of some custom journals that I've done. I haven't videoed all the journals I've done. I was thinking, okay, I'll start putting a little bit out there, see if I can get enough interest and subscribers to get published, and that's been about a year, and I really, like I said, got sort of derailed and had life happen and COVID happen, and it added a lot of new learning curve to my work, and I can make excuses all day long, but I'm kind of tired of making excuses, and I want to get to journaling, and I want to get to making regular videos, and I had to let go of the idea that I needed to wait until all the pieces were in the in place and I had enough subscribers, and then I would start doing videos. But I think I have to keep my focus on that. This is for me, and it's something I'm very open to sharing, and I hope it benefits somebody. And then maybe if I just put it out there, the people who need it will somehow come to me. So that's the plan for now. So we'll get this lace on. I'm trying to only put the glue where it's where the lace is a little thicker, so that it doesn't pile up underneath and come through. Got some glue strings there. Okay, now let's glue our little babies down. Oh, the 70s, you gotta love them. Who would have thought that a doll called Can of Beans would be such a hit? Because they had, all the babies were named after different kinds of beans, like navy bean and baked beans, and I can't, honestly can't remember. I'll have to find the back sheet, but I'm sure I'll use more of them up because I want them saved. So now I think I'm just gonna cut the little tabs off and go ahead and not try and get them shoved under the doll. So I'm fairly new to using the art glitter glue. You know, you watch all these junk journalers using it. I was getting by just fine with, you know, Aleene's, and it's not quite as runny, but I love the small tip for like things like gluing the lace down. But once you stick it, it's stuck. There's no going back. So not much time to adjust if you make a mistake where you set it down the first time. So I hope if you're new to my channel, you'd consider subscribing to see more of this kind of memory keeping journal or gratitude journaling. I am a collector of vintage books and a thrifter, and I really love all things old and adorable. And so I'll be sharing some of that. I also have an Instagram. Crinkled Path is the Instagram username, sorry. Get her dressed. So please follow me there as well if you can. And if you have already or plan to do some memory journaling or inspired to do so, please leave a comment. Let me know that this is something you're interested in doing or something that you've been doing, because I'd love to connect with others who are doing the same thing or are interested in doing this. Okay, let's put our last little pieces on here. Let's do the fabric tack for this big piece. Oh, maybe, let's see. Maybe I want this underneath. Sort of like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. The right or wrong side. They look about the same. Another thing I'd love for you to share, if you will share in the comments, if you have a childhood friend that was very dear to you and you are still in contact, or maybe you just want to share a memory about someone who was very special to you when you were little, I'd love to hear those stories too. So leave a comment if you would, and just thanks so much for watching today. And I'm probably going to go ahead, and I have these other papers that I'm going to put inside. I've already pre-cut them. So I'm probably going to go ahead and keep working on that, but I'll say goodbye to you now and hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.